Good morning, welcome back to Cornwall. Today I'm going to launch at Kennack Sands, which is a beach launch, which those of you that watch the channel will know I don't like beach launches. I try and avoid them. For those that are new, I'm by no means an expert at it. I avoid it wherever I can, but just want to show you what we've got here and how I approach it. Might be useful to some. So what I do first of all, obviously, first things first, check the forecast and just see how big the waves are, how frequently you think they're going to come in. Then when you get to the beach, watch the shoreline. This is a big set at the moment, so if we watch the shoreline, quite often you'll see an area where the waves aren't breaking quite so big. So that obviously, if you watch it for a minute or two, you can identify the point where the waves don't break quite as big. That's a good place to start. And then you'll notice that there'll be a few smaller waves, and then they'll build to maybe a few bigger ones, and then it will die back off again. So at the moment, there's a period of dying off. So what I'll do, I think this area here is probably the best, the least breaking bit of the waves. So I'll probably launch from here. I'll get my kayak off the trolley, and I'll wait for a period where I think it's going to be pretty flat. See, now looking out there, it doesn't look like there's much coming. So we might, if I was ready, I'd be in there now trying to set off. So most people, when they set off from a beach, will use the paddle as opposed to the pedals, because the pedals can be a hindrance. If you get pushed back and they hook up on the sand bed, then you're in big trouble. The next wave will come along and basically throw you out. But alternatively, if you can get on the pedals, you can get power in quick, and what you need is speed into the waves that are oncoming. So now, for example, I can look out there probably 100 meters and see that this one looks relatively big. So this will be the set building again, and one behind it. So I'm going to get myself sorted out and see about getting in there. I'm in enough water to get the pedals in, rudder's straight, and I'll let this next one pass under me, and then I'm going to get in. Okay, so I'll start. I'm going to let the next one go under me, and then I'm going to get in. Look at this. Yep, this is bad. Okay, we need to move. It's a little disappointing that there's this much fog, because the coast down here looks spectacular, and I was really looking forward to this troll up along the coast, just because I like the coasts, I like the coastline. But I ain't going to see much of that in this fog. Plus I need to be a little bit wary, because obviously the swell is picking up a little bit as it gets into the shallower water. What I should also say is, yes, it's foggy, I'm sticking close to the shore, but I'm probably no more than 200 meters off the shore and I can't see it. But I wouldn't be doing that if I didn't have two means of navigation. So I've got my phone, which is fully charged with Navionics on it, and I've also got the fish finder with the map on that as well. So when I'm trolling the coastline like this, I'll aim for the red dots on the map, which indicate boulders. I think they're hazards. probably why they're red, isn't it? So I'll aim for those boulders, but at the moment the tide's not. Lots of jellies again today. The tide's not high, and there's a little bit of swell as it gets in closer, so I don't want to troll those close in boulders. Well, there's a potential for one to be exposed and, you know, end up clipping the pedals or just generally getting into trouble. So I'll stick to the ones that are a bit further out. Oh yeah, like 4 different types of jellyfish I've seen here. So yeah, just gone over one there. What's a big one? Just gone over one there. There's another one just a little further over this way, and then in a minute there's a nice looking sort of point on the coastline, which has got to be worth a few casts, and then there's some slightly deeper reef which is probably worth a few drifts before I get out onto the area I wanted to bait fish. But it would, yeah, be nice if this fog lifted a little. You don't get a lot of boat traffic down here as far as I know, so it's not like, you know, Milo the other day with boats ploughing around everywhere, so it's not that worrying, but still, safety's sake, I'd rather the fog was lifted a little. Right, this looks like a decent spot, but it also, the local fishermen obviously feel the same. I can hear some in the fog. It's quite eerie actually. Yes, they obviously feel the same because there's nets all over it, so I might just have a quick drift here. I'm going to have a quick drift here, although I'm not drifting quickly, if you know what I mean, because there's hardly any wind. There's almost hardly any drift. Yeah. Big flock of gannets. Oh, fish! Oh no, you sod! Oh, fish is still on. Yes. Oh, I thought that'd come off. Convinced that'd come off. Brilliant. Oh, is that a bass? Yes. Nice. Ah, see, thought it was bassy. Thought it looked bassy. I'm going to take a fish or two today. This one looks, well, it looks like a keeper, but not a big one, not a big fish. We'll measure it. Ace. Oh, I'm well happy with that. Calm down, fishy. Right, hold him up for you guys. Yeah, he's not a huge fish by any means. I would imagine he's 40, 43, 44, something like that. Yeah, I'll measure it. You're not going to keep still, though. I'll keep it still. That's because I hooked you right under the boat, isn't it? Yeah, he's only like, might make 42. Put him back. Cheers, fish. Ace. I was about to say no more beating around the bush, but maybe just a little more because I'm coming over a shell or something. And I've got something. Guessing this is Lowrance. Not Lowrance, it's even better than Lowrance, I think, for live bait. Sardines in the live bait tube. Get these up. Oh yeah, sweet. Oh, one's gone. One. Two. Three. Oh, this goes back. Right, like I was saying, no more beating around the bush. I'm going out to this sandbank. I'm going to have an hour on it, I reckon, and then probably just call it a day. Right. I've just put my bait down, and I've got a baited sand eel, like a bream rig here. Literally hit the bottom and started twitching, so don't know what I've got here. What I'm hoping for is to pick up a bass on that live bait and end up with a nice bass. I don't really expect to see pollock here. Ha ha! Brilliant, look at that. That's my first one of those on the channel. It's tiny. Don't often catch gurnards, so I know there's a few different species. This one looks like a little red gurnard to me. Ace little fish. They're meant to be very, very tasty, but yeah, a little bit small. So I might take a picture of that actually with the phone, which I always forget to do. Cute little red gurnard, I think. Okay, second drift on that bank. I don't think those sardines make very sturdy live baits. They didn't fare too well in the old live bait tube. I've used them and kept them before, but that was in the live bait tank I had on the Compass, which was like, well, it was on top and it had pumped water in it and everything, and you know, really good, I suppose, for keeping delicate fish healthy and alive. Whereas the live bait tube is a bit more of a roller coaster for them, isn't it? So probably be something, you know, better off with mackerel in the live bait tube, if I could find any. Right, I think we got fish on here. I think. Yeah. So I swapped out the sardine, which did get taken, for a piece of mackerel. And we got a fish on at last. And just as I was saying, the fog's thick. It's actually peeled off a little bit. Don't know what this feels like. It's not massive, whatever it is. But could be any number of things. Oh, I've got to take on that. Yeah. It could be any number of things, but it had to be a dogfish. Okay, doggy. Come here, doggy. Grab this guy up. Come. Sweet little dogfish, people. Good dog. Clear off and come back. Right, I've had enough of catching dogfish. I'm going to head back in, fish a couple of mucks on the way. But I have learnt that there's little sardine-y things in the water. I think they're sardines. So I'm going to do my best to mimic those whilst I'm fishing these mucks on the way back in. So I've got a little sardine here in Storm Biscay 360 GT. That's the sardine colour. And on the other rod, what have I got on the other rod? Oh, a Storm Biscay 360 in mullet colour, which is a nice silvery colour. You know, should be pretty good close copy of what's in the water. So there's a bit of reef over here in a bit of depth. I'm going to have 10 minutes on that, and then I'll just troll them back into the beach. As usual, keen for a cup of coffee, busting for a wee. So much for the blistering sunshine that was forecast for today. It's a proper grey old day, and there's a... I might put this on actually and show you. There's like a bank of fog enveloping the shore. Yeah, it's thinned out mainly on the water here, but in along the shore and along the beach, there's a thick blanket of fog. And the forecast today was blazing sun all day, according to the forecast that I look at, so they got that a bit wrong. Disappointing though, because, well, we'll still do it. We'll have a barbecue on the beach. Might have a quick Google about how to prepare these sardines that I've got. See if I can eat those. Might as well. Don't get much fresher. Right, I'm connecting with, well, I'm getting hit by something there close to the bottom. I'm assuming it's wrasse. So I've got a little metal on just to see if I can drag one up to add to the species count today. So obviously not much happening here, so I'm going to just come off the edge of this bit of reef and then I'll continue my way back to shore. Fish. Go slowly because it's bound to be a wrasse. He's having a good go. Not a wrasse, it's a pollock. Got one. Wow. Hooray. Bloody trebles. over there. Quick look at this little pollock for the folks. There he is. Right folks, I'm heading back in. Might be one last spot I'm going to fish. Other than that, I'll just troll my way back to the beach. I'll stick the camera back on when I get to the beach. Just in case I have an accident or a dodgy landing, or just in case it goes really cool and it looks like I know what I'm doing. So yeah, we'll see. If there were, like most of today's anything to go by, it's going to be a disaster, but we'll see, won't we, when we get there. Okay, I'm going to go in. The front camera's memory card's full, which is annoying. I'm going to have to buy a bigger memory card for that, I think. So I can hear the waves breaking all around me here, but there's hardly any swell, so it shouldn't be too bad on the beach. If I just approach it the way I did the launch, so I'll observe the beach a little bit, see if there's any area breaking worse or less. I'm assuming that where I launch would be the best place to come in. I'll be keeping an eye on these swells to see if they're still following the same pattern, because I was getting like 3 big ones and then some smaller ones. So there's one coming under me now. That might be, yeah, that one's building. I've got all my gears put away, strapped down, rods are leashed up. I mean, really, when you're coming in, ideally you'd have your rods lay down flat and strapped to the kayak, so if you did roll over, you're not going to snap them. There's a few on the beach. There's one going under me that's going to be big on the beach. We call that number 1. Yeah, that's really crunching. That one's not quite so big, just gone under me. Okay, so what have we got there? Oh, someone on a board. What I'll do is I'll keep an eye on what's coming behind me. As I get in, I'll pick up some speed, try and stay ahead of the wave that's coming behind me. As I get in close, I'll pull the fins up, lock them out of the way, come in on the rudder, and as soon as I think I can jump out, I'll jump out and I'll grab the back of the kayak with the grab handle on the back of that. It's actually looking better on the right to come in, I think. Yeah, I really think it is. That one that's just gone under me is pretty big. There's another one coming. I'll get a bit closer in. Yeah, I don't want to be on this one. That one would cause me trouble. What am I in here? 3 meters of water. There's one behind I don't want to come in on. Not this one. Not the one behind that. Oh, the one behind that. Definitely not this one. Gonna get a little bit of backwards momentum on that. I reckon this next one will go and then I'm going in. Yeah, let's go. Oh, I may have messed up. So as it turns out, I actually got pretty lucky coming in. As I made my dash for the shore, I noticed my door waiting for me in the shallows, and it slipped my mind to hold the pedals up and get them up out of the way, but I jumped out as soon as I felt it was safe to do so, so the pedals didn't hook up on the floor, and I got away with it. But when I got back to the shore and turned around and looked at the surf I just came through, there's some pretty big waves coming down in on the beach, and I chose a very good time to land there. 20 seconds later and I'd have been in some real trouble. I hope some of that was a little bit useful for anybody thinking of doing a beach launch and land. As I said, that was with the pedals. I mean, doing it with the paddle is a more conventional way, and you get better control once you learn how to do it. But I need to practice that. Thanks for joining me on this video today, and I'll catch you next time.